Welcome to the Library Show. It's our 11th season. Can you believe it? That really shows the viability and the liveliness of all the programming that happens at the Lower Merion Library System. It's a terrific organization, and I, for one, am very proud to do this show with the various Lower Merion librarians, boards, and so forth. I hope you've had a good summer, and the fall is starting with a bang. And today we have a variety of folks from Ludington Library to talk about what's going on at Ludington, the largest library in our system. I do want to take a moment before we get into this discussion to tell you about what's coming up this fall, something near and dear to my heart, and that is One Book, One Lower Merion. Given the pandemic, it's going to be by Zoom, and we have a terrific author whom you may know, Dr. Paul Offit. Dr. Offit is an immunologist. He has been in the forefront of all kinds of medical issues, and certainly this year with COVID, vaccinations, issues surrounding children and adults, he has been on the air, in the newspapers, and now he has a brand new book. The book is called You Bet Your Life. It's coming out this month on the 21st, and the subtitle of the book is From Blood Transfusions to Mass Vaccination, The Long and Risky History of Medical Innovation. Sounds like a real cracker of a book. Terrific. And I hope you'll enjoy reading it and come via Zoom to hear Dr. Offit in November. Okay, end of commercial. I'll go back to the library show and off of One Book, One Lower Merion. Our first guest today is Andrew Pelber, a reference librarian at Ludington Library who does some really terrific programs for adults. I was involved in one of his movie programs and just had a lot of fun with it. There are author programs every month. And Andrew, I won't take your time because you're the one who knows them best. Tell us what's coming up in September, please.
Hey, so we have 4 virtual author visits happening in September, starting off with Dr. Michael J. Stephen, who is a professor at Thomas Jefferson University, and he's written a new book, Breathtaking, The Power of Fragility and Future of Our Extraordinary Lungs. And then followed by and that happens September 14th at 7 o'clock on Zoom. These are all going to happen on Zoom. September 21st, also at 7 p.m., is Richard Chismar, who wrote Chasing the Boogeyman. And then September 22nd, we have Brad Davis, and who's not an author, but will be doing a whole program during the day starting at 12 p.m. on Medicare. And then September 30th, we have an art theft program, which is going to be all about why people steal art and how detectives get art back. And we have a continuous program with chair yoga, which also happens on Zoom.
I assume that if people go to the Ludington website, they can get links that will be to each of those 4 programs?
Yes.
Okay. Do they need to pre-register?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a deadline that the pre-registration ends 2 days before each program or any kind of...
Nope. Registration ends a day before the program, unless it's continuing, like chair yoga or film club. You can register once and you're in it.
And Andy, would I be correct in assuming all of these are free programs?
Yes, every program is free.
Okay, that is terrific to know. And will they all be taking place at Ludington in that big meeting room at the back of the first floor?
No, these are all virtual, so you can tune in from anywhere.
I'm a little schizophrenic. I'm picturing past programs as well as future ones. The past ones we met in the meeting room. Okay, so right from your own home, and you can look at it on your screen and enjoy. Will it be interactive so people can ask questions?
Absolutely. There will be question and answer, discussion, and feedback from attendees.
Okay, well, that sounds terrific. I actually like the one about art thieves because we had done a program related to a book some years ago, and we had Robert Whitman, who was an FBI man who specialized in art thefts, and he had a huge crowd to hear him. You'd think that people were looking for ways to steal art, but I guess people are doing it because it's valuable, right? That's the point.
Yes.
And the person who wrote this book is what is his background?
This is Rachel Stevenson, who's an art history major.
Ah, okay. So this is somebody who studied this on a more academic level, and she's going to be talking about that.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds really fascinating. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention in terms of programming that's going to be happening for adults?
Not unless you want to go into October.
Not quite yet. We'll get to October next month. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate your being with us. Thank you, Andy Pelberg. He's a great guy and has had some terrific programming. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're now going to visit the junior room at Ludington Library, which is a great place and does great programming. Jackie Lemming is here from that. And Jackie, I understand you have some terrific things planned for kids this September.
Hey, Lenore, how are you?
Good, good.
We are so excited for September to come and back to school time. We have a lot of online programming that we're continuing for September, which we're so excited about. We have such a good time. We have STEM projects with Miss Ashley. We have crafts that I do. We have Casey Cooks with my daughter, Casey. We have Try It Out with Miss Melody, which is a whole bunch of fun activities that kids can do. We also are bringing back family trivia once a month. So September will be a great time. It's going to be Friends trivia, which we're so excited about because we love the show Friends.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's going to be a lot of fun. We also have a new program called Learn Something New with Miss Amber, where she picks a topic and she gives you facts about the topic. And then she tells you to come in and research it more here at the library.
Wow, Jackie, you guys are so inventive. The things you come up with. Can I back up for a second? You mentioned that your daughter is the Casey who does Casey Cooks.
Casey does Casey Cooks.
Are these mostly cold things, not things that need heat?
These are no bake items.
Right.
So it's all, it's your own imagination you can use to make the items. So nobody's recipe is going to look exactly the same. She gives you the ingredients that you need, and then you make your own creation.
So in each of the homes, people are sitting and making up their own items. It might be cupcakes, it might be small cakes, it might be Jell-O, something, anything.
And nothing baking is involved.
Right. Well, I was picturing a cupcake that's there waiting to be iced.
Oh, usually she mixes things together. Like she'll make desserts, dirt cake pudding or something like that. But it's a lot of fun.
Does she also do this at Penguin?
No, she only does it at Ludington.
Only at Ludington. Okay. I thought there was something at Penguin also. Okay. Well, people just have to zoom into Ludington to do it. Are all of
these all on Facebook?
Okay. So do people need to register in advance?
Nope. They just tune in to Facebook. Everything is pre-recorded, so you can watch it at any time. You can also go to the lmls.org calendar and click the links and watch them from there. It's great.
So you don't have to be on Facebook to do this.
Well, you have to initially be on Facebook to get it to see it. But we also post them on YouTube too. So
you have three ways to do it. You have Facebook, you have YouTube, and you have the lmls.org links.
Yep, we post links.
Okay. I personally, I must confess to you all, I am not a Facebook person. So for me, if I had to go through Facebook, that would be an obstacle. But people can do it in other ways and don't need to do it on Facebook.
Tune into YouTube if you like the YouTube platform. That's an easy way to do it.
Okay. How do you count the number of people who are participating, or don't you? Is that not important?
Well, we can see views on Facebook. We can see how many people actually viewed it, like for 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, or watch the whole thing. So that's how we count.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I am astounded in some ways, the number and the range of programs that are available for young kids. Is there a particular age range that your programs are aimed at?
All ages, from preschool all the way up to 18.
Wow.
Yeah, we do a lot of YA programs.
I think if you can keep the kids in high school interested in libraries, as a former high school English teacher, I think that's really critical. I think
Yeah.
it's important. It's important for people to still read, not just to look at the screens of cell phones. Sorry, this is my little preaching. My apologies, but I feel it strongly. And I think that people are getting away from reading. And I think programs like this, although they're not strictly reading, they bring people into the library, even if it's only on their Zoom screen. Speaking
True.
of, yes, I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. The library is definitely a place of community. So we try to get everybody involved with each other. Also, so this is, you make new friends when you come to and see these programs.
That is terrific.
Mhm.
And when people are not in the library, they might be in another cultural center, namely a museum. I'm going to ask Ashley to talk about the Museum Pass program, which I do know a little something about, but it's an amazing program, and I think it speaks very well of libraries.
Hello. So all the libraries have museums, and they have a variety of passes for every library. Ludington currently has about 12 to 13 passes available for checkout. Some passes have 2 to 3 passes or just one, depending on how popular that museum or garden is. They are for 3-day loan. If it is returned late, it's $10. Ludington's rule is that you return it to the junior room. We ask that you don't put it in the drop because they are expensive to replace sometimes. And it's on a first come, first served basis. Ludington and all the other libraries have a pass bookmark that shows the policy on the front and then which library has which pass. They're very cool. I research a lot of other museums to see if we can get them and how much they would cost us. I know that we have 3 Elmwood Park zoos, 3 Chanticleer passes. Those are very popular. Those are the very popular ones. Sofuso Japanese House and Garden and Fort Mifflin are 2 newer ones that we got this year.
Oh my.
We chose, when we returned to in person, we chose passes that were more COVID safe and they could distance and they weren't inside, so more of the outside ones. We have also, which Casey did for us, a museum pass binder, which tells you information about the admission of each pass, how many people. So it could say 2 adults, 4 children, 2 adults, 6 children, the address, the phone number. And we also ask that you call or check their website just to make sure that they're still open. Because we've had a couple people go to certain places and then they were closed because of COVID.
Oh boy, wow, that is quite a program. I am one of those people who unfortunately had to pay the $10 late fee. So I know that it's serious. And I have to say, it reminded me, don't get the pass unless you intend to use it within that time period. Very important.
And you could use it, pick it up one day, use it that day and return it and get another one. It's 1 pass per household. So if you want to choose one to come today, it would be due back on Monday. It's you have until the time we close to get it. And it's always to be checked out on an adult card with good standing.
Okay.
So if you have a fine, we can't let you check it out.
Gotcha. It's good to be in good standing. And by the way, today is Thursday. So
yes,
those people watching won't realize that, but from Thursday, the 3 days counts to Monday.
Yes,
correct.
Because Sunday we're closed.
Right, I understand that. So,
yeah.
Well, you'll be reopening. Are you going to reopen on Sundays in the fall?
We should
September?
be. Okay. Yeah, we should be.
Oh, right now it's not. Okay, well that's good to know. I'm really
glad. Summertime, you get it for 1 extra day. That's the little trick. Summertime, when the Sundays were closed, you get it for 1 extra day if it's a Thursday.
So keep that in mind. What is the dog days of summer next year? But for September this year, Sunday will count.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, and just remember that you have to return it to the library you get it from. You can't
it's not like books where you can return books to other libraries. You need
Correct.
to.
And another great thing is always call first, because sometimes you'll show up and be like, oh, I want, the Chanticleer pass. No, I'm sorry, they're all out. And also check out our website and search the catalog. And if you just type in museum pass, all of the passes will come up for Lower Merion and Montgomery County, but you can limit your search to your specific library of choosing.
Super. Thank you very much, Jackie. Ashley, thank you so very much. You made
You're
so much
welcome.
of the Ludington Library. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Adam Haig. Well, we've been talking about programming, but underlying all the programming is the technology that makes a lot of this possible, that makes the screens, that makes the computers possible. And we have a technology librarian in the LMLS office, Adam Haig. I'm happy to say that Adam has been on before and always contributes so much. I saw Adam the other day leaving one of the libraries, and I said, "What's new?" Well, he told me what's new. And it's a calendar system, and I am not going to presume to describe this to you. I'm going to turn it right over to Adam Haig. Adam, what is this, and how is it different from what we've been able to provide patrons before?
Sure. Well, to be fair, we have had an online calendar system for the last 3 years or so, I believe. But that calendar system, while good, did have some limits on it. Especially in terms of helping patrons find events they're looking for. Not to get too technical, but our new calendar system, which we hope to debut in September, is going to provide more filters for people to search by. If you would imagine, if you're searching a big box store's website, for instance, a Best Buy, a Walmart, or whatever, you have several filters. You can search by department, you can search by gender, you can search by brand, etc. So this system will allow people, it's called LibCal, and it's by a company called SpringShare. And this will allow people to filter by category, audience, the library, and for right now, both on-site and online programs. So people can find exactly what they're looking for. So if they wanted a kids program that was online only at Ardmore Library, and they could search and find any programs that cover, that meet that criteria.
Okay, so if I wanted to do a program with an author, for example, I could find an author program at Ludington or at any other library that's hosting one.
You can. We actually, specifically with that in mind, your events in mind, and Andrew Pelberg's events, we have a category specific for author events.
Okay. Now, where do I find this? Do I go to the lmls.org website?
Yes. Once it goes live, you actually won't really notice a difference in placement on the LMLS website. It's just the links that are currently going to our existing calendaring system will get updated to then point to the new calendaring system.
Now, if I have my cell phone and I have a
Yes.
calendar function on my cell phone, is there a way to connect this calendar directly to the LMLS calendar? for specific
Absolutely.
items?
Yes. When you register for events, well, there are two things. I'll take them each in turn. For one, when you register for events, it will send you a little attachment to your email, which should be able to be used when you're using a mobile device. You should just be able to double click on it. You should be able to add the event right to your personal calendar. And then in addition, when you're going to look at events, you can simply add them to your calendar from the events individual page. So.
Okay, so it makes it easier for me in terms of having events on my mobile calendar, my mobile phone
Yes.
calendar. It makes it easier for you because people can choose things without having to research the events of the entire system. So
Sure.
So for example, I know I have a list of all the events at the 6 libraries for September. that Jennifer D'Angelo sent me. So I know there are lots of events going on. It's 7 pages long. But I would be able to sift through that now, which I couldn't do so easily before, right?
Right. I think the best thing for your listeners, sorry, your viewers to see is what we'll do is once the system is live, we'll figure out a way to do an online demo so people can see, and I can demonstrate the filtering functionality that while there's some of the current system, this is just going to provide a lot more oomph for people that want to really get to specific events.
Now,
It's
Adam,
not available right now.
I know that you occasionally visit the libraries. Will the librarians be up to speed in terms of helping people on this one?
Absolutely, yes. Before
Okay.
it goes live, we will train the staff at all the libraries, and each library has a representative who will be responsible for entering events for their library. So they will have an in-close personal touch on
Terrific.
how things are displayed.
That's a great program. Adam, thank you for appearing. I have a feeling you're going to come back and talk about this on another
Sure,
program.
absolutely. And anytime, Lenore.
Okay.
Happy
All
to
right,
help.
thanks so much. Thank you for being part of the library show. Take care, and we'll see you next month.